In a world that moves fast, Selah Moments is your invitation to rest in God's presence and ground yourself again.
Creating a space in the middle of real life where women can slow down together, breathe, and remember we're not walking this journey alone.
Each episode brings honest, spirit-led conversations that encourage reflection, rest, and spiritual clarity. Welcome to Selah Moments with Sam and Jess. Hey friends, we're back again. Welcome to Selah Moments with Sam and Jess. Jess, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, Today is Monday. And I'm an entrepreneur, so I get to set my own schedule. And I don't work on Mondays.
Love that for you.
I don't work on Mondays. So if I'm honest, I'm all right. The eyes are a little heavy, but I'm drinking my tea and minding my business. But yeah, I'm well. I'm well. How about you, friend?
I love that. I'm doing good. I love the fact that your mug matches my shirt. Like, I
Period.
love that. And I'm wearing a Bloom shirt too. Just gotta put
Are
it
you
out
serious?
there.
Bloomie. Okay. Why you didn't tell me so that we could have matched? You should tell me so we could have matched. This cup actually came from my little rendezvous at what a place name? Indigo. I saw it and I was
love
like,
Indigo.
I was like, baby, this is my cup. It was made for me. They made it with me in mind. But yes, I am good.
I love that. Can you believe we're heading? This is episode 7. I just want to shout out everyone who has been listening, who has been sharing, who has been even reaching out to us, letting us know what has been resonating with them, what they've liked. I even have some people hopping in my DM saying, "Hey, can you do a podcast on this topic and things like that?"
Wow, I love
We
that.
love it. So thank you, everyone. We're super excited to have continue this, to start it and to continue it. So
yeah.
Episode 7, we're going to be talking about, Jess, we're going to be talking about friendships.
Oh my God. Let's talk about it.
Friendships are some of the most important relationships in our lives, if we're honest. And somehow the ones we talk about the least is when they fall apart, when we have these breakups.
Yeah.
So we gonna be talking about stewarding friendships, even throwing some intentionality out there, what that looks like. And let's start. Like, how do you feel about friendships, Jess? Do you feel as though you would be where you are now without friendships?
That's a good question. I love friendship. I I actually saw this video on TikTok this morning and I was like, poor girl. Not from a snobby way, but when I give context, you'll see why I said that. Sis said, I could never see myself on a girl's vacation or a girl's trip. I said, babe,
you missing out.
She said, because I want to be at home with my husband and my kid and da-da-da. I just couldn't. All the time. 4 or 5 days. She's like, yeah, we could do like a girls' night out, but like all day, I could never. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry for you.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Who hurt you? So which is valid, right? And then there was an older lady that came and kind of followed up and be like, she seems like she's really young, and just got married. But saying all that to say, my friendships are really important to me. And Samantha, we've been friends for a number of years, and you know how I honor my friends and steward or try my best to steward my friendships well. And no, I don't feel like I would be where I am without my friendships. Like, I feel like my friends have prophesied over me, spoken into me, helped me to see things in myself that I didn't see or I don't see. Like I remember one time Samantha's husband said to me, you know, like, Jess, well, first of all, V is like everybody's hype man. Like
Yes,
he is such a such a cheerleader. But of course, those who he walks with and journeys with, like he's very intentional about it. And he said something to me one day and I was like, I never thought about that, like in terms of myself, my career, different things like that. So I think that covenant friendships are life-giving and necessary.
Very necessary.
Yeah.
And even speaking about that poor girl who don't wanna
Cause
go
I was like, baby, I'm sorry for you.
You ain't gotta ask me twice.
If Sam's like, Jess, we're going on a vacation, yes. Let's tell our husband. Okay, we're gonna ask our husbands because we submit. But like, huh?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
It's important. Especially one thing that I have loved about my friendships is how they've helped me to sustain a healthy and holistic life.
I love that.
Not only are they there to give me the jokes and we run jokes and we laugh, or we go to the mall together, or we go out to eat, because I love to eat. I don't care about anybody else, but I love to eat. But one thing that I do love is for the things that I'm trying to instill or be more disciplined in, they can do the, hey, Sam, remember you said, like, you know, you wanted to work out 3 times a week. How is that going?
Yeah.
Not in a way to make me feel bad, but in a way to hold me accountable.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of see friends as like an accountability partner to buddy to some extent.
Yeah.
My husband is here, and my goodness, the amount of times I call my husband a day, when he works from home with me, he's like, Sam, you go work over there, I go work over here. Because I'd be like, babe, did you just see that bird that flew into the backyard? And he's like, I don't want to know that. Like, everything I want to be telling him.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful, and I'm sure he is as well, that I have friends that I can lean on. There's nothing wrong with your spouse being your best friend or your friend.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important to have friendships in your life.
Absolutely.
And with those friendships that I feel as though they do operate as an accountability buddy or friend or whatever it is, I do think that we have to make sure that we're being intentional.
Yeah.
And I feel as though, yes, there are some friendships that end because the season just ends. Like, I mean, like, it is what it is. Sometimes I have some people who are no longer my friends, but it's not out of anything bad that has happened. It's just, it just phased out, right?
Yeah. We outgrew each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do think for those friendships that we're currently in, or that may be more long term, I do think that there's a level of intentionality that we need to put in place to sustain the friendship.
I agree 100%. I don't do friendships that are not intentional. Because why am I putting in all the work and you're not? We're not friends. Period.
Seriously.
Me.
Yeah,
where
no.
Yeah, I'm not. No,
you need to be a part of this.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely hear you. I would say, for as well as, this is an and to that, because I do agree, there are some times where there may be some seasons where I may be putting out more than you're able to put out in this season.
Agreed.
And vice versa. Like, there may be some times where I'm just like, I'm in school, I'm working full time, I'm still a mom, and I'll be like, you know what, like, I'm just busy. Like, it's not that I don't love you, no love is lost. Or you might be going through a hard and rough time, right? But I do think that is where communication comes into play. Because you're able now to know, oh, I'm not hearing from Sam right now. I now know Sam is dealing with A, B, C, D. So I can give her grace, because I know that whatever she's going through right now may be a lot to manage and carry, as well as do as much in the friendship that I would like her to do.
Yeah. I think that's where though that intentionality still comes in, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, am I checking in on Samantha to see where Samantha is at and what's going on in her life in order for me to show her the grace that needs to be shown, right? So how am I checking in? It may not be, so I am not the friend who talks on the phone. I'm just not that friend, right? So, so whenever I call Samantha, she's like, "You okay? Everything all right?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." And I was like, this has to stop. I can't just be calling people when something is, but I'm just, and I think a part of it, like confession, is like I'm overstimulated, right? And so I'm on a screen all day with clients, meetings, like my eyes are hurting, my ears are hurting. I actually put out this post on Threads the other day and I said, is it me? Or are there other therapists that after you've talked all day, you don't want to talk to nobody else at the end of the day? And the thing went viral, Sam. Hundreds of other therapists were like, I have a quiet time. I don't want to talk to no. And I was like, oh, so it's not just me. Because I only have so many things to say per day. Right? So saying all that to say, so I'm not the friend that like you're gonna call or I'm gonna call you, or I'm not the friend that we're just gonna be on FaceTime. Just I can't do it. It's just not me.
That's me. That's me. I'm that friend.
I can't. Like it's just I just can't. It's just too much. Just like are we on the FaceTime or what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Folded laundry.
Yeah, okay, sure. I just can't do it.
To each their own, girl.
I just can't do it,
all
right?
Different.
However, I am going to check in on my friends. Like I'm a voice note girl. I like to send voice notes. Samantha, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Or just send a text. Hey, how are you doing? Checking in, right? So I think that even if we're not able to connect and do lunch and do dinner, let me de-influence you, as they say on the TikTok and on Instagram, that it's okay. Just like, did this person cross your mind?
Yeah.
You know, and if they cross your mind, just send them a message checking in how you're doing, because that can help somebody to feel seen or feel remembered or feel loved. So that's my take on that.
Yeah. I love that. Intentionality is really huge. And I think, mind you, we're friends, and me and Jess, as you heard, Jess is like, yeah, I'm not going to sit on the phone with you, Sam. Call me. What do you need to ask me? Ask me. All right. Kids are okay. God bless. Maybe say a little scripture or whatever she got from that. And that's it. Just gone. But like literally, I'm the friend where I can be on the phone with like on a FaceTime with friends, and what are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. We're on the FaceTime together, just the silence of the movement and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, we're still friends, right?
Yeah.
So I do think that, but the thing is, like you said, the intentionality, like I know this about you because you were intentional with letting me know that, as well as vice versa. So at the end of the day, you don't have to be the same to be friends.
That's
good.
That's
a segue for you. Oh, go ahead, because you look
good.
like you got something dropped.
No, I was gonna say that's so good that you don't have to be same or the same to be friends. Because for me, like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach out to be like, what's on your calendar? How can we set up a time? Because we show intentionality different, right?
Correct.
Because quality time is important to me. And I think, again, it goes back to my profession. I don't have other therapist friends that are really in my close circle. So like, it's just different how we show up. So I'm going to now say, hey, Sam, what's the date on your calendar? When can we connect? Essentially, right? And so that's how I show intentionality. Or Samantha's birthday is coming up in February. I'm looking at my period. I'm looking at my January calendar. I'm like, oh, Samantha's birthday is coming up. How am I going to show up for Samantha's birthday? What does this look like? What are you doing? Do I need to put this in my calendar? Right? Because if it's in my calendar, it's important to me. Right?
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. You better go ahead and drop the tea as you sip your tea.
Period.
I got a real question to throw out there.
Okay.
So have you ever stayed in a friendship longer than you should have?
Baby!
Oh, God.
Too long! Too long! Too long! And I was like, and it's funny, I was actually thinking about this. I don't know if it was a connection between today's episode, but I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I should have been not friends with that girl a long time ago. Because it was just like, it was this mix of like bullying and mean girl. And I was just like, and I'm not that type of person. I'm very tender. I mean, I could be really strong, but like at my core, I'm very tender. I'm very soft. I wouldn't say I'm sensitive, but I feel things deeply. And I was like, why was I friends with this person? And I think a part of it too is my loyalty. I had one friend that said to me, "You're loyal to a fault." And I was like, cause like I'm in it with you. Like I'm trying to the people I'm friends with now, I'm trying to be friends with you till we die. Like I want you to talk at my funeral about our friendship and vice versa and how we, did life together and stuff like that. So long story short, yes, I stayed in a friendship way too long. People were mean, bullies, just
I
like
don't like that.
Neither do I. And it was just like I part of it too, Sam, was the fact that I think I didn't know my worth and my value. And I also didn't know what I should expect from friendships. Right?
That's good.
And it was just like, no. And I remember one day being like, this is not what I want from a friendship. And therefore, and even in that, Sam, I still strung along the friendship really long. And then one day I was just like, well, this is my last what do you call that thing? Not straw, but my last, like my last hand. I'm not stretching out any more hands. This is it. And this is it. And that showed that I was the one that was holding on to the friendship. I was like, no more communication. And it was like a no contact thing. It was just like, I'm not making the effort anymore. And once I stopped making the effort was no longer being made. And that gave me all of the information that I needed to know. Yeah.
That's
How about
really
yourself?
good. For me, yes and no-ish. I'm like a really observant person. Like,
I see.
Whether or not I say things, I be clocking every single thing. Like everything. Like it just stored up here. And for me, because, and interestingly enough, this is something I'm teaching my 9-year-old son.
Love that.
Is that just because you want to be kind to everyone, you want to show the love of God to everyone, that does not mean that you need to be friends with everyone.
Oh my God.
And like, we have to be wise out here in these streets, right? A part of me realizing or getting to the place where I can know when either a friendship is ending and when it should be like, okay, we got to cut this off, is one, because of me being so observant, as well as I do not want to be connected to something that is not serving me the way that it should be serving me.
That's right. That's right.
So for me, I have now categories. Sounds bad, but it is what it is.
I love that.
I have, for me, friends and acquaintance sounds like a stretch. That sounds like if I see you, hi. If I don't, I have some people who are my friends. I have close friends. I have best friends. I have sisters. I have people who I've known for a long time. For me, I've realized that everybody does not need to live in the category of friend, close friend, or best friend. And it's not to say that I do not like people or I don't want to be friends with everyone. But in my Bible,
that's Jesus.
Jesus didn't bring everybody up on that mount. I'm pretty sure it was the close three that got, who was taken up there to see something that the other ones did not see. And it's
That's
not
correct.
to say that he didn't love everyone. It's
That's
not to
correct.
say that he didn't care about everyone. But what we have to understand is that there is power within the connections
That's
that
right.
we have. And
That's
if we're
right.
not careful, we will be attached to someone who's doing a disservice to us, our lives, our spiritual lives, our well-being. To be connected to someone who is bullying you, like that to me is just terrible. Because I know what it is like to be loyal to someone as well as extend grace, because you know, this is something that is extended to us daily, right? And that's something that we walk out in terms of extending grace to others whenever they do basically something against us.
That's right.
And the Bible talks about wisdom.
That's correct. Right.
We should exercise wisdom.
That's
and
right.
also, there's no way I'm going to be connected with somebody who has character that does not reflect the character that I want to be shown.
Well, or the character of God, or the attributes
or the character of God of what I'm trying to strive after to be like.
That's right.
Right? Because I know for me, patience was one thing that I struggled with. Like my tolerance of like it was non-existent. Now it's like it's growing a little bit.
Yeah.
But to be connected to someone who is in the place where they have no patience, how is that edifying me?
That's right.
Yeah. Right? And even I think it was My Sister's Keeper, the Jessica Grant had put on, the Jessica Grant, the one I'm talking to right here on this podcast. She had a whole group, a whole movement called My Sister's Keeper, and we had basically monthly meetings with a guest speaker. And I think her name was Jessica Trotter. Is that her name?
Jennifer.
There we go.
Yeah.
And she was talking about friendships, and she said, how can you be sharpened if you're surrounded by butter knives? And I promise you, that thing
never left me. Are you a butter knife? Seriously. Yeah.
Butter knife can't cut nothing.
It can't.
It can't sharpen anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's just important as we mature, as we get older. And I know that we have listeners that are from all age groups, but I do think that there is wisdom in making sure that we are assessing the friendships that we have in our lives and doing some type of inventory. And if we need to clean up shop, we need to clean up shop.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that scripture, John 15, speaks to can be the principle of John 15 can be contextualized in friendships, where it's this aspect of like pruning in order to bear fruit, right? So I think that that's important to know, that if you see pruning happening in your relationships, there's two things that could be at play here. One, God could be pruning and removing people from your life. And two, how are you showing up as a friend that is causing the pruning to also take place in your life, right? So I think too that we often talk about how people show up for us, Sam, but very rarely do we take accountability with how we show up for other people and what kind of friend we are, right? And I also think that a part of this conversation is also making sure that we are good friends to the people around us. Like, how are you loving on your friends? How are you stewarding, as we're talking, right? Like, are you a good friend? How are you showing up at the table of somebody else's life?
Yeah, that's so good.
Right?
Are you a good friend?
Are you a good friend? Like, how are you showing, child, are you gossiping about your friends? Are you are you kind to your friends? Are you trying to tell the truth in love, but you're really being a mean girl and you're mean? You're not a nice person. Like, you know what I mean? And so the Bible, and one person that does friendships really well, that's a good example for me, is my husband. Like, he does friendships so well, and it's honestly so beautiful. And I just think that it's important for us, as we assess, as we're doing the inventory, as you said, Sam, that like we're also doing inventory on the type of friends that we have been and how have we dropped the ball.
Because some of us have dropped many balls. I actually count with Jess. I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that. And we're not editing that out. I was trying to hold that in. I was like, I can't. I have to laugh. You know, when something just comes out, it sounded good up here. But when that thing came out of my mouth, I said, why you say that on these people podcasts? Oh my God, I just snorted. Oh my God. Welcome to Selah Moments with Sam and Jess. Okay. So pick up the ball that you have dropped. There we go. Analyze the ball that you dropped. Oh my God. Jessica, stop snorting. Okay. Are you a good friend? This is a good question, Jess. Yes. Because honestly, though, if we're being serious, some of us be walking around having people believe that it was the other person why that thing ended or that they did it. But sometimes we need to look within ourselves and be honest with ourselves to be like, what did I do?
What's the other side of the story?
That's it, because both of us are a part of this relationship.
That's correct. Yeah,
not just the one of us.
That's good. Wow. I love that. That's good.
I got a question for you. This is where we're going to wrap it up. Okay. One piece of advice that you can give to 16-year-old Jess about friendships.
Oh, that's good. Oh, man. Let me go back. First of all, I feel really old because 16 years ago, 16-year-old Jess, that was 20 years ago, man.
Well, hey, crazy. You look good.
Praise the Lord. 16-year-old Jess. Okay, I'm trying to remember where I was at 16 and what I was doing. Show me your company. I'll tell you who you are. Right? You are a leader and you're not a follower. And yeah, listen to your mom. She actually has sense. Right? Because your mom can tell the people who are your friends and who aren't your friends. I don't know. My mom was really good. And my mom used to always say, you have too much friend. You have too many friends. I mean, I do think that some of our parents didn't know how to do friendships well, because it could be like their closest friends. Me and her are a friend, sorry, but you guys right? You talk on the phone. I'm the best friend. You don't be you. Okay, mom, sure. So, but she did have really good wisdom, and I do agree, because I was reading this book, really great book, really great recommendation. It is called Relational Intelligence by Dr. Darius Dali. Why am I stumbling over my words? Relational Intelligence by Dr. Darius Daniels. And he really talks about the difference between being a friend and being friendly. Right?
That's good.
Really good, Sam. And for me, I'm a very friendly person. Like, that's just my nature, who I am. And I had to understand that because I'm friendly with you, or because somebody's friendly with me, doesn't mean that we are friends. Right? Yeah. And I think another part of it too, Sam, is earlier when you talked about those categories.
Yeah.
That can be the make or break of a friendship. You know why? Because I can hold you in a certain category and you don't hold me in that category.
Facts.
And so I think that it is important to know where you stand in people's lives, in my opinion, and also to communicate to people where they stand in your life, right? Letting them know where they stand. And I think that shows up in how you love that person. Again, when we go back to that intentionality and that stewardship, I think that shows Yeah. And the last thing I will say is that 16-year-old Jess, things will change, life will
Mhm.
change. Some of these people will not be your friends 20 years from now, 15 years from now, but the Lord has really great, beautiful sisterhood for you on the other side. Because I'm not somebody
Mhm.
who does best friends, meaning
Mhm.
like I don't have my husband is my best friend, but I
Mhm.
have close friends and I have
Yeah.
sisters.
Mhm.
Is how I function and have my friendships. And so
Mhm.
just knowing that there's beautiful sisterhood for you on the other side of this. Yeah. How
That's
about
good.
yourself?
I love that. For me, I would say I would tell 16-year-old me that it's okay to walk alone sometimes.
That's good. Mhm.
I feel as though when I was in high school, when I was
Mhm.
16 and trying to figure out who I was,
Mhm.
when I didn't have friends or people to walk with me or that
Mhm.
agreed with me, which in essence is walking with you.
Yeah, that's
Um,
scripture.
it
Mhm.
is. I
Mhm.
felt like I started to question whether or
Mm.
not what I was standing for, what I was doing, was it worth it?
Mhm.
But just standing my ground and being
Mhm.
like, it's okay. And there will be
Mhm.
people who don't like you, but there is
Mhm.
one that loves you
That's
and will
right.
continue to chase you down. So
That's so good.
that's the advice that I will give that I would have given to my 16-year-old self. Wow, 16.
I
Wow.
know.
Crazy times, eh?
Yeah. I do have a last question before we wrap
Yes,
up,
of
or
course.
a thought. I think it's important. We talked about friendships going through transitions,
Mhm.
and I think it's important to know that some friendships are not going to last or survive the transitions, right?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
you become pregnant or you move provinces
Yeah.
or life just looks different.
Mhm.
Hold on to those friendships that do survive
Yeah.
transitions, because as you evolve you will find that there are friendships that you don't serve them, they don't serve you, you've outgrown them. And know that there are different seasons and lives and transitions that are going to happen, that friendships are going to change, the dynamic
Yeah.
of the friendship is going to change. What are your
Mhm.
thoughts on that, Sam?
Yeah, I agree. They're
Mhm.
definitely, as life changes, our friendships
Mhm.
change. Um,
Mhm.
I do have some close friends that I have two friends that they're my best friends, and we've been
Mhm.
best friends for over 23 years.
That's so beautiful.
And it's not to say that, we never got into arguments and everything was always straight or
Mhm.
good between us. But I think
Mhm.
that there was a understanding of like we truly loved each other
Yeah.
and we've loved each other through a lot.
Yeah.
But one thing that I do know that has sustained that friendship to what it is now is that intentionality piece is being
Mhm.
honest and making
Mhm.
sure that we're communicating and
Yeah, that's
extending
good.
grace because
Yeah.
life happens, like things
Yeah.
get busy, people have miscarriages, people get
Yeah.
end up at divorce, people, all
Yeah.
different types of things happen. Life
Yeah.
be life and out here.
That's
um
correct.
and I do think, yes, it's important to be intentional and communicate, and it's important to show grace,
That's right.
because if that
Yeah.
person has showed you who they are, trust that what you have learned about them, trust their heart, trust
Yeah.
that, sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, my wedding anniversary passed and Jess didn't say anything to me.
Mhm.
But I know Jess to message me all the other times when it was, or
Mhm.
I know Jess to be the one when any big event's happening, she's picking up the phone. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, Jess hates me, it could be like, you know what? Maybe Jess just forgot.
Yeah. 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 'Cause
Right?
that's
So,
probable to happen. Yeah.
right? It is. So
Yeah.
I do think that it's important in relationships to extend grace. And I'm just
Mhm.
grateful to have learned all that I have, as well to pass it on, not only
Mhm.
to my children, but to the listeners, to anyone
Yeah.
that comes into my life, to these young
Yeah.
folks. We can't say we young no more, just we gotta passing the stuff on to the young folks,
That's facts.
the young
Um,
ones.
what do you appreciate about our friendship as we wrap up?
Good question.
I was like, we can't talk about friendship and then not talk about our
our
friendship.
own. It's true. One thing that I can say that I appreciate about our friendship is the honesty. Actually, I take that back. The main thing that I love about our friendship is the safety. I feel as though that we both, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we both feel safe with one another.
Correct.
And we have been able to, whether it's vent, bring up, talk about some hard things, some difficult things, and not feel as though we're going to be judged.
That's right.
It's a very great space to be in, because I don't know how people are friends with people they don't trust. I don't know about that. But I feel as though we've been able to peel back the layers of the onion and be like, this is where I'm feeling, even though it doesn't sound good right now, this is how I'm feeling right here, right now. And to not feel judged, but feel loved and given sound and wise advice. That for me is like my favorite part about our friendship.
Yeah, that's good. I agree, the safety. And I also think that it is a fruitful connection.
Yes.
Yeah. And not
Yes,
just
ma'am.
ministry wise, just like in anything that we have fruitful conversation, we have fruitful laughter. It's just fruitful. You know what I mean? And out of that comes that safety. So and I know for myself, as you said, I could just be completely honest, be like, Samantha, I want to thump that person in their face. And Samantha's like, now. let's not thump anybody. So yeah, I appreciate the safety and just the holisticness of our friendship. I think it's very holistic. It feels like home, and I appreciate that about our friendship.
I love that. What a sweet way to end the episode. Oh, we love you all. Please, like we've been saying, let us know what your thoughts are, questions. We're here to ask. We're here to ask. We're here to answer. You are here to ask. We are here to answer. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, or even a fun thing that you're doing or scheduling with your friend, or if you have recently gone through or dealing with a breakup of a friendship and you want some advice, drop that as well. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, follow the show and leave a short review. It really helps other sisters find this space, and we want to make sure that everyone has a chance to listen. So feel free, share it with a friend, send us a DM, share it everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, whatever your jam is, share it. And we can't wait to speak to you again.
Yes, love you guys.
Friends.
Bye.
Bye.